Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to World of Warships with still guns. Welcome to Double Strike number 1. Double Strike being that one achievement in World of Warships that is pretty hard to get. Well, aside from the Solar Warrior, of course. Double Strike is rather unique in that you must kill 2 enemy ships within 10 seconds. Yeah, you can kind of see how that might be difficult. Some of these ships, you know, they've got pretty fast firing guns. If you're in a destroyer duel, then it's entirely possible. If you've got torpedoes, then it's also entirely possible. In the Azumo here, it's not as easy. You'll have to split your firepower, which is of course what will eventually happen. I will have to split my firepower in order to get to the double strike. Yes, in each of these videos featuring the double strike, well, of course, you know I'm gonna get the double strike, so yeah. But this game is also pretty good in of itself. This is a stock Azumo. This game was played back in November, so it's been a long time. November 2016, that is, in case you're watching this in 2018. This game is old. It's been sitting on my hard drive for ages, and yeah. You might have noticed a little bit of commotion in the chat, where I'm complaining about the lack of Russian ships. Yes, this was the EU Arpeggio mission, to get the Arpeggio Nachi, which was utterly brain-dead stupid, and I hope EU is actually, you know, being smart about this sort of stuff now. But yeah, you had to kill 20 ships of Japanese, American, German, and Russian ships, and no one was driving Russians. So yeah, that wasn't very fun at all. Anyway, it seems that our first salvo of the game is coming up. Or is it? I can't remember. It's been ages since I've watched this this particular replay. Oh yes, I know what's going to happen. I'm not going into Ward Sea. I'm going to scoot round this island, and then I'll eventually go into sea through the gap between those islands around, is that F9? I can't see. I've got this tiny little preview window. I do seem to remember though that we're going to get hounded by destroyers. So yeah, that's not a particularly exciting prospect, but I do have my fighter plane up with the old 6-minute flight time. I wish it still had that. And yep, there it is, a Mahan, and my secondary battery, rather ineffectual secondary battery, shoots the island in an attempt to get some shots onto him. I don't think he spotted me. I didn't see the detection signal pop up, so that Mahan did not see me. So he doesn't actually know I'm coming. On second thoughts, it doesn't matter. He just got wiped the fuck out. That just leaves one enemy destroyer to deal with. The old, well, I think that's a tier 7 Hatsuharu. I know it's a Hatsuharu and it's in a tier 9 battle, so it has to be the old tier 7 version. And there's an Ira. Fired just then. So yeah, this is the pre-Citadel buff Iowa. So of course, easy Citadel. And also a fair chunk of damage. Yeah, it's kind of a shame that the Iowa doesn't have that raised citadel anymore. However, I think mine still has it, because I still get those stupid... oh, wait, there's a Hatsuharu! Oh no! Never mind, it died. Yeah, I think my Iowa still has this raised citadel. Or at least it has this massive target saying, "Shoot me first" for doubloons. I'm not part of the Corgi fleet, people. Get away. More targets. North Carolina and the Iowa, who isn't... he still isn't broadside, but he's showing enough of his side that damage should still come relatively easily. And there's 10,000. Now, the Iowa is going to realize that a tier 9 Japanese battleship is shooting at him, so he's going behind that island, but not before he gets a massive hit, and he's down to a few thousand hit points. This North Carolina, on the other hand, is a bit more of a problem. He's bow on, meaning I'm only really going to be getting superstructure damage on him. Because, of course, I've got 16-inch guns. I cannot penetrate his bow armor. I can't overmatch it. On the plus side, neither can he. He can't penetrate mine. Oh, Iowa. Very, very juicy target. I've just got to get that rear turret turning the other way. Of course, there the island indicator pops up, and yeah, I fire one shot. He disappeared anyway, and that one turret is not going to do anything, which is okay. Maybe it did, or maybe that was the other turret. I think that was the other turret. Anyway, this North Carolina is now trying to get his third turret into play, but it's a little too late because I can more easily get mine into play, I think. Iowa turning around, doing a 180 as he realizes, oh shit, I've overextended, but it's going to be too late. And there's North Carolina. He's angled enough that I can actually do some damage to him. One turret off. Oh, I killed him. One more turret off at the Iowa, and look at that dispersion. And goodbye, sir. And that was the double strike of this game. The one double strike. I know you can get multiple double strikes in a game, but it's not easy. So I've only ever managed to get single double strikes, which, you know, I'm okay with. This is actually my my second double strike. The first one, I don't actually have the replay of that. What I do have is a link to Yusval's video on it. It came out last August, which is when it happened. And Yusval, he does a fairly entertaining commentary on it. Bad Neighbors. Watch it. Of course, this game isn't over yet. There's still a good few minutes to go, and I completely forgot I got that kill. So that's 4 kills. We are now 1 away from the Kraken. The Kraken in itself is a decent achievement, I think. It hits you loads of those equal speed Charlie London signals, and you know, Flamu says, oh, these signals are completely useless. I don't think so. It's pretty funny to think that at the time I was playing this game, I probably had less than 100 of those flags, and now I've got over 1,200. Mostly due to the fact that, I got loads of those Christmas containers, and that gave me hundreds and hundreds, and I've got a few Krakens since then, so I never really seem to run out of them. Oh yeah, and there's been missions where you can earn them as well, so equal speed Charlie London. I don't think I'm going to really be running out of those flags anytime soon. especially since I only put them on my the ships that I'm actually grinding. Putting them on anything else is pretty much a waste. Something I kind of learned the hard way when I ran out of them, and because I was putting them on premiums. Yeah. Let's get back into this. Right now we are engaged in fairly long-range sniping, kind of the thing that most battleship players tend to do. It's also something I tend to do, but I at least, you know, I keep going at full speed and I power on, head on into the enemy, making sure that the range gets less and less and they have less of a chance to dodge. You know, I don't do that sniping at the back of the map for the entire game thing unless I am feeling particularly cowardly, such as the enemy carrier coming towards me and think, oh look, here's this random player, look, he's a really dangerous ship right next to him, but no, let's go for this one instead, and puts me down to half health and at the beginning of the game, and I hate that. Oh yes, look at that. That's an old Amagi. that's quite the indication of time. That's an old A-hull Amagi. Not to mention the fact, oh god, 12,900 damage. Back then, the Amagi was ridiculously easy to citadel, at least when it was using that hull. It doesn't have that hull anymore, and who knows if we'll ever see the Tier 7 Premium Ashitaka. Of course, I'm taking a lot of hits, 5-inch gun hits from Mahan. The Mahan. What is it, Mahan? I don't know. Kutusov, maybe. Put me on fire, put it out, 10-second damage control. I should be able to kill this Ashitaka. Ashitaka. May as well call it an Ashitaka, this Amagi. But I missed it. All the guns, all the shells decided, nah, let's miss. And my shelter is then occluded and the Amagi disappears. So that isn't good. That's good. That isn't great at all. That's really quite annoying. Oh, and then that enemy ship got destroyed. I couldn't see what it was, and I think one of our ships got detonated, so detonations, please get rid of them. Though I asked this to Sub-Octavian in the Reddit thread the other day, and he said, no, you can't get rid of them, they're integral to the game, or some bullshit along those lines. Oh, please. Please, they are utterly god-awful, please. Get rid of detonations. Things start becoming a little uneventful at this point for about a minute, maybe 30 seconds, maybe 15 seconds. Enemy Mogamin disappeared. But don't worry, we're going to see another target again soon, and it's the Amagi who's hiding behind the island, still running away. At least he's going to try and bring his guns into play, but, you know, I want that Amagi to die. That Amagi has to die. Because, well, look at this. We are actually outnumbered 3-4. So, shells out, and look at that dispersion. And all we do is knock out a gun turret. At least, the one saving grace is I have quite a lot of hit points, so I'm not going to easily die. The Amagi disappears again thanks to that smoke screen. The Mogami hops up, but my plane, thanks to that 6-minute work time, flies closer and spots the Amagi again, allowing me to get my forward 2 gun turrets off, and this time the dispersion is looking a lot better. And there we go. There goes the Amagi, Kraken unleashed. That has evened the teams somewhat. A battleship to a battleship, cruiser to a cruiser, and a destroyer to a destroyer. However, I'm a tier 9 battleship versus a tier 7 Ganizer now. Whilst we have a Fiji, they have a Mogami, they have a Kagero, and we have a Sims. However, ship composition doesn't really matter that much, because we are winning quite substantially. We have 2 of of the capture zones, and we are capturing this final capture zone. And any minute now, there we go. We have now control all 3 zones. The Gneisenau was just a little too slow. And of course, I can overmatch, partially overmatch the bows of this Gneisenau, because he is tier 7 after all. Our Sims, for some reason, is deciding to fire at the Gneisenau, making himself quite the target. But he does launch his torpedoes. I'm on fire again, thanks to probably the Gneisenau secondaries. And the Gneisenau's now turning, probably trying to get his own torpedoes off. Trying to get his guns as well, but nope, 'twas not to be. And now we've lost our Fiji, but the game is won. There is no way any of us are going to die, even though the enemy is right there. The game is won. And there we go, 353,528 credits received, 7,200 experience overall, and 264 damage. Wait, I became the Prime Minister of South Africa for a minute there. 111,264 damage, with, I think that's 1,800 base experience. Our Sims somehow coming ahead of me, even though I got a double strike. Yeah, annoying, but I suppose the guy was playing his arse off, probably did a lot of damage and did some capping as well, so well played to him, I suppose. And that concludes this video. The next double strike video will be, of course, on my 3rd double strike. I just need to find that. And also expect a video on the Witherer and the Solo Warrior. Until then, I'll see you in the next one, and good night.